Hello and welcome back to Spittin Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar and I'm coming at you from the 256. In this one, I will be discussing the Big Ten Conference. It is split into two divisions and they go like this. In the East, we have Indiana, Maryland, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, and Rutgers. In the West, we have Illinois, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Purdue, and Wisconsin. Um, just some week one notable games for this week. There's only three that I really pointed to. Thursday on the 30th, big game to start off the season, especially for these two teams because it is a Big Ten conference game. But Northwestern heads to Purdue, 7 o'clock Central, ESPN, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. Northwestern at Purdue, two teams that were Purdue especially. They finished 7-6, but they were on the up and up, on their way up. Northwestern was a 10-win season a team ago. Then, like I mentioned in the Big 12 video, number 23 Texas will be playing Maryland, 11 a.m. Central Time, FS1, Fox Sports 1, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. That's the return game. I kind of highlight that one because Power 5 teams, Maryland beat Texas last season. And then the big game for the Big Ten. Number 14 Michigan will be playing at number 12 Notre Dame, 6:30 Central Time on NBC, Notre Dame Stadium, South Bend, Indiana. Huge game. Rivalry back in action. Michigan heads to Notre Dame. So we'll really see what Shea Patterson's made out of with a better team around him. And then, of course, Wimbush for Notre Dame. We'll see if he can take that step and beat a powerful, a good football team, a real big football team, because we all remember that Miami game was not pretty. But my dark horse comes from that game I talked about on Thursday. I really think it, because the East is so strong, you don't have any dark horses. You have 4 teams starting in the top 15. Yes, 4 teams starting in the top 15. Indiana's not doing it. Maryland's not doing it. Rutgers is not doing it. Mine comes from the other side, the West, because there's only one team even ranked on that side, number 4 Wisconsin. But I think it's either Purdue or Northwestern. Ultimately, I think it's whoever wins that game has a chance, because the rest of those teams on that side are not very strong. Iowa, they're always a tough team to play. But Ohio State found that out the hard way, but then that team ended up 7-5 at the end of the year. Just Iowa, you don't know what you're getting when you play them each week. Northwestern, I do think Northwestern probably wins on Thursday. They were a 10-win team like last year, like I said. They have 3 10-win seasons under Pat Fitzgerald in his 12 seasons, and they only have 4 losing seasons overall in that time span. But if I had to pick, it would be Northwestern, but they have a brutal schedule to play. It's a top 10. I think it was 7th strongest schedule in the country. Not gonna be easy road for them, but if I had to say, it would be Northwestern, because Pat Fitzgerald always has a football team that's usually ready to play. So Northwestern's my pick for dark horse. Division winners, the East, Big Ten East is one of the toughest divisions in football. Like I said, Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. But I think Penn State comes out of the East. Trace McSorley, great quarterback for Penn State. No Saquon Barkley, but I think McSorley picks up the slack there, and they find a way. They find a way to win the East. I really do think Penn State wins that. And then the West, it's a pretty easy pick. It's going to be Wisconsin. Wisconsin, the Badgers, they're going to win the Big Ten West. So my Big Ten championship is Penn State versus Wisconsin, and it will be a rematch of a game played 2 weeks prior, because they do play each other in the regular season this year. But I think it is a rematch, Penn State versus Wisconsin, and I do think Wisconsin comes out on top. Hornibrook, Jonathan Taylor, they end up being just too much in the too much in the end for Penn State in that Big Ten championship game. I think Wisconsin finally punches that ticket to the playoffs. They've been close, been oh so close. But I think this is the year that they do it. Hornibrook, it's his third year there, junior. He's good. I think he's going to have a really big year. I think Wisconsin finally gets over that hump. Jonathan Taylor, sophomore, nearly 2,000, or he did have 2,000 rush yards last year as a freshman. Wisconsin, I think they just, in the end, they play a little bit weaker schedule on the west side. So they stay a little bit more healthy, a little bit less worn down. I think Wisconsin ends up taking the Big Ten, and they do head to the playoffs this season. But that's all I had to say about the Big Ten. I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you did enjoy it, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. But that's it for the Big Ten. This has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and look forward to seeing you all in the next video.